it's not tilted all crazy. I kind of got it sitting a different way today. How y'all doing? This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with some afternoon thoughts for you. Excuse the noise. I'm out, you know how I do on the afternoons in the car. Um, wow, it's been an eventful day. This has been my first day back at work. I think for about 2 weeks now, or very close to it. I think it's been 2 weeks. And I tell you, I gotta hurry up, and move some things forward. Gotta move some things forward because it was hard for a sister to get here today. But I did. I feel better. I'm here. I'm here for y'all. If you're seeing me crooked, let me know so I can rotate this camera. But I think we good. But anyway, shoot. The topic at hand that I had on the brain today was when we date just to date. You know what I'm saying? There's this time frame that I feel as though most should give themselves after coming out of something to get reacquainted with themselves and to identify. I wanted to show y'all something before I get too deep into this. See this nice peach? This came off my peach tree at home. And when I tell you these are the juiciest peaches, oh my God. They put the grocery store to shame. Every July, I pick these off my tree, and actually, I'm gonna eat this for a snack today. But they are so good, so juicy, and lovely. I just had to share that nice and round and thick and everything. Mwah, ready for you. So anyway, back to the topic. You know, we sometimes get ourselves in situations where we just date to date. You know, you don't give yourself a moment to woosah, to say, okay, let me step back, let me reflect, let me get my mind right, let me just take some time, and then I'll get into doing what I do again. We don't do that. We sometimes lean towards something new to escape from the pain and the issues that we're having moving forward from something else. So you never give yourself a chance to truly heal. You never give yourself a chance to self identify what issues you may have that you may need to work on. Because, mind you, a breakup it takes two. It takes two to make or break any type of coming together, being a couple, dating, you know, and dating nowadays. I remember back in the old days, or I'm saying old days now, Lord have mercy. I'm sounding like I'm getting up there. But back in the past, let's say that. Back in the past, you know, we looked upon dating as dating. You are in something. You are with, I am dating him. I am dating her. That's my girlfriend. That's my boyfriend. We are a unit. We are together. That's how it was looked upon. Now, dating does not mean that you're in a relationship with anyone or connected with any. You're just going out. You're just, you know, checking it out. You're just seeing what it do. You going on a date or two, you know, and if it leads to three or four, that's wonderful. But it's a whole different thing behind that dating word, and I had to revisit that. I had to make sure I was using my words properly when people was telling me, well, we were just dating, and I'm like, well, dating, don't that mean you're seeing each other seriously? No. I got set straight real quick. So anyway, you guys got to excuse me today. I'm a little froggy. I'm a little draggy. I didn't get no sleep last night. I think it was just the anxiety of knowing day one back to work, and I just kept waking up. So I may have gotten three hours of sleep in the whole night. So I'm trying to really stay on function mode today. Okay, but yeah, some just can't deal with the fact that okay, I am now single. I'm alone. So let me just chill. They have to go into the next playing field because they they feel as though being alone is a horrible thing. Being alone is something that they can't deal with. Being alone is taboo. Being alone is not the thing to do. It's not true. Sometimes it's best to be alone for a period of time after you've come out of something, and especially if it's been something that truly hit here. I'm not talking about just you met somebody, you went out on one date and you decided you didn't want to. I'm talking about you really put some time and effort into it. It was a few years or more, a couple of years or more. Sometimes even a year is enough to, build upon a connection with someone where it's hard to say I gotta let it go. But it's okay. I'm here to tell you it's okay to be alone for a period of time after a breakup. Sometimes not only are you doing yourself a favor, you're doing the next person a favor too. Because why? You have not totally emotionally let go of where you just came from. And it doesn't matter who was wrong or who was right. Breaking up with someone that is all up in here, there's a mourning process. It's just like losing someone in death. It's a mourning process. And everybody mourns differently. Everyone has their different ways of dealing with that. And some need to be around people and some shut off from people. It's just the individual, how you deal with the loss, because it is a loss. Someone that was significant to you is no longer. So um you're struggling with a loss and sometimes even abandonment because you feel like that person left you and just left you, for the wrong reasons or for no reasons a lot of times. So, but to give yourself time and not say, I'm going to date. Okay, that didn't work. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to date. And I'm not going to get emotionally caught up in anybody. I'm just going to go date and I'm going to get what I can. I'm going to get it how I want. I'm just going to do me. And then you find yourself keeping you emotionally unattached from that person. So you may start to do things where you step out of character. So you may start to, if you're usually a lover, a giver, you do things differently because now you don't want to give of being the lover. You don't want to be the one to be the doer. You want to sit back and let all that be done for you because emotionally you're trying to protect this. Why? Because you haven't let go of that. You haven't healed from that. You haven't forgiven the person that you just came out of that with, or haven't forgiven yourself. Sometimes it was your fault. Maybe you got caught cheating, or maybe you gave him an STD. Maybe you did it could be a whole lot of reasons why it could be directly you. Um, but at the same time, you do need that time to self identify and heal. So, therefore, why date? Why date during that period? It's not to be mean or cruel or prude to anybody. And, I don't know. Help me out. Some may say, well, going out on a date or two kind of helps. It helps me take my mind off of this, that. Well, you can find other things to do that help. What's your passion? What's your hobbies? Start focusing in on things that, for self growth. Maybe you want to work out. Maybe you want to get more in shape. Maybe you want to start writing again. Maybe you want to do music. Maybe you want to, whatever it is, find your niche and focus on that and self growth. That's a period that you should do that. And then you will know when the time is right, or when the time comes for you to branch out. You will just feel it and know it. You'll be ready for it. But you are not ready just coming out of something. And don't let just dating just to date be the reason. I've heard it over and over again. Well, I'm just going to start going out. I'm like, man, forget that. That's the only way I'm going to get over him or her, is by seeing other people or seeing someone else or sleeping with someone else. Um, they may say, I got needs. I need to be with the opposite sex. I need to be with somebody that I can, you know, clap with every now and again, have a dinner, a grown folk conversation, cocktail, whatever, no strings attached. And usually it's all good and fuzzy and warm with whoever it is that you do that with, and somebody's going to get caught up. Somebody's going to get some emotions caught up, and usually it's the other person that you're being so overly good to, that gets kind of caught up with you. And then you got another situation. You got new dynamics. You got, not only are you trying to deal with and heal from where you've come from, you're trying to deal with now where you've gone to that you wasn't ready for. And then you haven't really identified what your contributing factors were in regards to that breakup. Because it takes two. It takes two to make it, or it takes two to break it. Whether it's a domino effect and you fall in line with the roll of dominoes because they do something to you, and then you start doing other things to, I just don't care, and you start doing you, and it's a domino effect. If someone curses you out, what? 9 times out of 10, you're going to cuss them back out. Someone try to hurt you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to try to hurt them back. Some people, shoot, somebody cheat on you, well, I'm getting ready to go sleep with Shanae or Billy Bob because they've been coming at me for the past year, and I've been saying no because I've been with such. Let me reach out. Let me reach out, see what's going on with that. And before you know it, you're in the sack or something else. Then you got other things that grow from that. Either you're going to get emotionally caught up, or they will. You're going to get an STD, or they will. Or you're going to get a baby. Both of y'all. And you don't want to be even with this person. But this child is going to be yours for the rest of your life, whether you want to be with them or not. So there's some major dynamics behind that. So why date just to date? I don't see it being worth it. Give yourself the time, grown folks. Give yourself the time to heal, to get into you. And especially, I know we all know those, or perhaps you've been there back in the day where you have went from one situation to another. Just boom, 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 boom. Soon as you're done with this one, boom, here's another one. Either it was somebody waiting on you to be single again, or you just ran into at the gas station or the grocery store or the party, the bar, the club, whatever. You ran into this something that could possibly turn into something. I mean, nothing that could possibly turn into something. Um, And I think that we all have our own story to tell about that, where you never really allowed yourself time to woosah. You didn't allow yourself time to step back and say, whoa, or even to try to identify. Because if you look at it, if you're the type that have a track record from one person to another, from one person to another, usually there are some similarities to the sameness in those people, or maybe the sameness in regards to why it didn't work out. You know, it could be, man, it could be a whole bunch of things. It could be jealousy, it could be insecurity. You know, either you're attracting that type of person or you're being like that with everybody that you get with. But you have to really self-identify. Okay, what actually, what is the common denominator? Why am I going back and forth, in and out, from this one to that one, and we're breaking up for almost the same kind of reasons? Or I'm attracting the same type of man, the same type of woman. Because some are fixated on a particular type. They don't get to know the person for the character, or the person, the woman or the man that the person is. They look for a certain trait. And if you don't have it, they don't give you the time of day. You know, example, you have some that I will only date light-skinned women with long real hair. I will only date brothers that is, 6 feet and taller. Anything under that, he don't have a chance. I will only date someone who has a car, no matter what their situation is. Their car could have just broke down yesterday. Well, they should have been able to get another car today. So they gonna out that person out the equation just because their car broke down. I mean, you have all these different stigmas, these reasons that you will only date a certain individual. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. Some of those things that I just mentioned could very well put you in a situation where you will be by yourself for a while, because it could be the best man for you that's good to any woman that he loves, that's only 5'8" or 5'9", maybe 5'10" at the most. And you gonna say no because he not tall enough, but you get you a 6 foot and over, that's gonna be nothing but just disconnected emotionally, maybe an abuser, maybe insecure, all kinds of issues you're gonna have to deal with. But because he had to be so tall, you chose him. Excuse me. It's just a mess. It's a mess. So you have to give yourself a chance to pick apart things that's deep within you that you're dealing with, that is causing you to make the choices that you are making over and over again. Because it comes a time where we have to stop blaming the other person for a situation gone bad. It's not always the other person. Sometimes it's taking a good look at yourself, especially if you are repeating the same trait over and over and over again. You're repeating the same type of woman. Bad girl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? All that kind of stuff. Bad boy, same thing. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes? I mean, you want a bad boy, you want a bad girl. But then again, you also want a good girl and a good boy. You want somebody that you can bring around mom and dad. You want someone that you could feel proud to have on your arm at a special social event, to to go to certain things without in the public with. You want somebody to represent you in a way that's positive, that falls into the class of woman or man that you are. But you also want a bad boy, or a bad girl. And sometimes them bad girls, bad boys, they find it hard to tuck their badness. It's all in. It's all in they whole everything. It's the pants sagging, the Hanes brief showing, the boxers, whatever, the juiciness of his gluteus maximus that's obviously showing. It's her with, her stretch pants and her low cut shirts, or her um what you call those belly type of shirts that just go right up under the breast and your stomach is showing. And I mean, but she would go hard. If you wanted her to go over there and jump on Tyrone, she would. But then again, you want her to be sweet, nice, around your mama, around your family. You want her to take care of the kids. You want her to have her 9 to 5. You want her to have her credit in order. You want her to smell good, dress good, do all that, but you want her to be a bad girl too. So some only have their sights on a particular kind. So you look at the pattern. You look at boom, 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 boom. Why am I failing in the area of having something of quality instead of all this different quantity? Because you can, I mean, really though, wouldn't you rather be married once than to be married 6 times with different scenarios and reasons of breaking the marriage off and this and this? That wouldn't you want something of substance that was good for you one time instead of 6 times? But sometimes it takes that 6, 7 time to finally get it right, to choose right, to be connected right, and to deal with that person in the right kind of way. Sometimes it takes that. I'm not judging that, because I know, especially when you're young, and you're still learning and growing. Some don't understand the concept of marriage. They know that deep down inside they want marriage. They want that special somebody. They want to be with somebody forever. So the first I love you and that they sleep with and everything's good and they feel good around, they want to get married. It may not be no mad love involved. It may not be the one for you in a lot of other regards, but you want to get married. And a lot of times those marriages may not work. So you got that one that don't work. You get a little bit more maturity in you. You get in a situation where there's a child, pregnancy. You want to do the right thing because you want to be there for your family, because you come from a broken home. So you get married to keep the family together. You and that person have absolutely nothing in common but the clap. So your patience runs short. You don't have a strong foundation. Marriage don't work. Third time's a charm. You feel like, well, let me go ahead on. I've been seeing this person at church every Sunday. They seem to be focused with their morals and their beliefs, and shoot, let me go and check them out. They've been trying to holler at me. Let me check them out. You start checking them out. You start going out with I don't know, Jeffrey from the such a church, and come to find out a year later that Jeffrey is worse of a demon than you ever imagined. It just changed. That other person that was gone, you thought or was the one you met, becomes somebody totally different. They backslide. They say 7 times 7 or some demons or something come in you when you backslide and flip like that. So then you got that situation. You had married them, and that's number 3, 4. So you may go on to number 5, as you get a little bit more mature and you meet this person that's a country soul that's from out of your state that seem to just, man, just got this charisma about them, that knows how to treat a woman well, that knows how to treat a man well, that can cook, clean, take care of home, do all that. And you go on and try your luck with that and come to find out they got issues. They got the past that comes back to haunt them. They used to do drugs or something like that, and they end up hitting on a joint, having a drink, and now they got all kinds of situations going on. You had to divorce that, and and the cycle repeats, and then finally you hit the maturity of life, and you get with that one that seems to complement and balance you, and vice versa. You've learned from all your other past mistakes. You've given yourself a chance to air out, to chill, because you had had enough. You had just been kicked in the butt so many times with making these wrong choices. You gave yourself a couple of years to woosah, and then you ended up trying it again with this one that you felt was it. And guess what? They end up being it. And people will sit up and judge. Well, yeah, they was married 4, 5, 6 times. I don't put that stigma and judgment on how many times a person was married. They thought it was right for them at that time in their life. They thought it was the thing to do at that time in their life, or they was trying to do the right thing at that time in their lives, and it just boomerang backfired, slapped them upside the forehead, knocked them down the hill, and got a couple of bruises on them, but they got back up. They got back up. So that's why it's important too to give yourself that time to woosah, to get in tune with you, to find out what it is you can make better about you, so that your presentation and your package would be greater and better moving forward for the next. That's right. Not only will they be your prize, you will definitely be their prize. And that's real talk. So this is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D, with some afternoon thoughts for you. I hope that this today has touched someone, made you go, share the video, like, subscribe. I'll see you probably tomorrow with some more grown folk talk and conversation. You guys have a wonderful day. I gotta get back.